the pendulum is swinging back to the center on remote work. You know, 90% of white collar workers would love the ability to work from home or to have flexible work. Latest study from McKinsey. But the reality is more and more CEOs are saying, you know what, we're missing something. In fact, there's some really interesting research that said that the only gain that companies get, I think this was from MIT, with remote work, is that workers tend to work more because they don't have the commute. But in terms of innovation, in terms of collaboration, in terms of like even worker happiness levels, being in the office actually drives good outcomes. And so you're seeing the pendulum start to swing. What does this matter to us as recruiting leaders? Well, number one is this is going to create headwinds and tailwinds depending on your market position and your market competitors and your policy on work from home. So again, there are certain jobs that you can't work from home to do them. If you're doing warehouse work, you got to be in the warehouse. If you're cooking in a restaurant, you got to be cooking in a restaurant. So if those are the people that you're recruiting, you can now ignore me. But if you're talking about white collar workers, where during COVID, in essence, the grand experiment that we just went through, where everybody moved home and worked, the wheels didn't come off the bus, and you had a temporary, kind of work from home policy or maybe a hybrid policy. And now it's starting to change. When workers are changing, they are going to be more likely to apply for jobs where they have that flexibility, which means that you may get a tailwind. In fact, if just as a tactical thing, if you have like the ability to do fully remote work on your job ads, if you are better at distributing those job ads to places where that talent exists, that you don't traditionally advertise in, but you're willing to hire people there now, you can radically change, your ability to close recs quickly and affordably. You want to hire technology people, okay, it's hard to do it in San Francisco and New York, but man, you might be able to pick up some great engineers right up here in Lebanon, New Hampshire. So it's about thinking outside the box. But on the other side is, there may be some headwinds for organizations that show up in the news about, forcing people to come back to work, like in investment and banking and finance. There's some companies that said, here's a date certain, we're all going to be back in the office for 5 days. That's going to exacerbate some of the tactical challenges. So that pendulum is also going to be something that kind of needs to, figure into your 2023 planning.